Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I go through live how to set up your social media and automate everything from the start to finish. Now, this is a live call. If you do want to reach out to me, my email address will be at the end of the presentation. I also include a content calendar that is available to be downloaded. That link is also in the description of this video. So I'm going to start recording, guys, here. So if you guys are watching this in the video playback, hi, hope you're doing well. My name is Olley. We're just doing a simple 30 minutes to automate your social media. Today, I'm going to be walking you through how to, one, market research. I think that this is still pretty valid. I know we've pretty much like skipped over it yesterday, but it's definitely still valid if this is like the first thing you're doing. So one, market research. Number two is going to be creating some content. I'm just going to show you how to very simply, no matter what stage you're at in your business in terms of your online presence, this is a simple way that you can get at least 10 pieces of content out today. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. Share my screen. And yeah, so like I said before, just keep your mics muted, and then at the end of the video, we'll go ahead and do like a Q&A so we can answer any questions. So number one is market research. Now, Google is your best friend in this example. So one thing, we're going to use Amy's company again as an example today, and I've got their logo here somewhere. So 24/7 waste management. So the main three places I like to do a little bit of market research is Google, Facebook, and Instagram. So I'm just going to put in some keywords for Amy's business, waste management, and then I'm just going to put in Sickup or London, actually, just because we want to keep it pretty broad. You just want to see what other people are doing. And if you go onto here, you can just go through and just literally just come through and just see what these other people are doing. So you can see straight away that these guys have like a blog on their post. They're talking about different waste options within London. And then, yeah, so they've got all like, why use us? And you can just have a little look at what they're putting out. So resources could be a good thing for you to look at, see what sort of resources they've got, case studies, posters, etc., etc. So straight away, like, this could give you an idea of some of the stuff that you can put out. You can put case studies out, you can put guides out, all specific to your individual business. So Jane, who does the travel advice, for example, you can make a case study of, you know, how this is really basic, but how I helped you know, a family of three save £1,000 when booking their yearly holiday to Spain or something like that. So those type of things, those case studies, you talking about previous successes, are going to drive so much more people. And what essentially you'll be doing is, with putting content online, right, the main thing that you're trying to do is to break that trust hump that people have with you. So if you clicked onto, for example, like a barber shop, and the barber shop had one picture of like someone having a haircut, and then you clicked onto the barber shop that was on the next road, and, you know, they've got their social media and they're posting every single day different picture of someone getting their hair cut. Maybe there's a picture of like the staff like having a joke and laugh around. Like me personally, I'd be more inclined to go to the barbershop that was posting every single day consistently, and the one that was putting up stuff about their staff and, you know, trying to engage with their audience, because, you know, you can see that they're consistently doing it. Whereas the person with one post on their barbershop post, it's just like, okay, they just don't look legit. They haven't won my authority from that. So I haven't got the trust in their business. Whereas someone that's posting every single day, they've got that case study, they've got that proven concept. So that's the people that I would go for. So yeah, with that being said, let's get straight on to social media, so Instagram, and we can just have a little look on here. We're going to do the exact same thing we done yesterday. We just use Amy's, and if we go on to the search bar, and we're just going to do some hashtag research. So the hashtag research I like to do for this one is just like waste management. And one thing to note as well with hashtags is you can see the volumes on which the posts have for each hashtag. So you can see this one's got like a crazy amount. So if you go down, you're going to see, let's just do waste management. London, you can see this one's only got 43 posts. So now for Amy, I would basically tell her to not stop using just hashtag waste management. You can include that as well, but include hashtags like this, because it's going to be so much easier for her to rank her posts in hashtag waste management London, because there's only 43 posts compared to waste management that's got, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of posts. It's going to be so much easier for her to be at the top of these. So just do that sort of stuff. Have a little look what these other people, and you can see these guys are dominating it. So when someone types in hashtag waste management London, the first, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 6 out of the first 9 top posts for waste management London are from these guys. So, you know, it goes without saying that I'm going to probably click onto these guys because, you know, they're posting this content. They're enabling me to find them organically as well. And this is without no paid advertisement. So that's pretty much it. You can also go onto Facebook as well. Facebook is a search engine, which a lot of people look over. So be very specific with the keywords you're using. So if I type in waste management London, for example, no caps, no spaces, sorry, you'll see that different stuff will come up. So you also just want to click on to pages. And now you can see all of these different waste companies in London. Really cool. If we click Bromley Waste Management, we can come on and see what these guys are posting. And you can see they're not really posting. There we go. So yeah, they haven't posted much. They're just sort of posting. Same again, they're adding like social proof to some of the stuff they've been putting out. So yeah, really just do, I'd just like to add this bit in here just because it's very basic, but some people will still hop over this point. I'm not telling you to completely copy what other people are doing, but there's also that point of mirroring success. These guys aren't necessarily someone that I would want to even consider for content because they're not really posting anything. Whereas if you find someone that's got a really good brand, then you can obviously look at their account and be inspired by them. So with that being said, we're going to go on to canva.com now. This is where I would recommend you creating your posts. And I just wanted to do a bit more of a breakdown of this for the people that was on here yesterday, because there is so much more to this than just Instagram and Facebook posts. And it's hard for like a graphic designer myself to almost be defeated by a software like this, because, you know, I'm used to using Photoshop and stuff like that. However, when they make it so easy like this to create content, it's hard to ignore it. So what are you going to do for this example is we're going to come on to Instagram posts. And for this specific method that we were sort of going over yesterday, this is what I would start with, just because I know for a fact that some of you will struggle for content ideas. You know, you won't know what to be posting at this time period. I know that's nothing to do with like your business personally. Everyone is going through this at the moment, you know, and that's sort of why I'm urging people to use this time to create content, because you can't exactly put pictures up of, you know, like go back to the barbershop example, they're not going to be putting pictures of them cutting people's hair up now, right? But they also don't want to completely just drop off their social media. They want to stay in their customer's eye throughout this weird time that we're all going through. So let's just go ahead onto Amy's business on here. So 20, it's like this, 24/7 waste. We've got that there. And we're just going to go to her website. And the reason I'm going to do this, which you'll see now, is we're going to go to their reviews. So that's also something I'd recommend, is make sure you've got some sort of reviews page on your website, or even what we was talking about to Amy yesterday was a great way that, if I just pull this up, sorry if I'm going off on a tangent right now, but hopefully this will help a little bit. Is, you know, this is something we do with estate agents. This is something that I basically make estate agents that I work with implement from the offset, because that's the wrong side, hit this bit here. So yeah, this is something I recommend them implement straight away. And that is put in some sort of prompt in your email signature to leave a good review. And if I just zoom in, because I don't know how great you're going to see that. So prompt them to review from your email signature. So you can have your email signature, your website, your number, etc. And then at the bottom, you could have this, how did we do? And then this click to rate your experience with, you could have Trustpilot, but this example's got Anchor Wave. And this way alone can literally have you getting new reviews almost on autopilot, because if there's people you're speaking to regardless on email, you're basically putting it in the place that they're seeing you. So there's no reason that they're not going to jump on and review your services if you've given them a good reason to do so. You can even go one step further. Like if you're finishing like an email trail with someone, just say, you could just literally send them an email. It's one of those things. It's like, if you ask, you'll get. And what's the worst thing they're going to say? No, I'm not going to leave you a review. If you've done a good job, they're 110% going to click on this link and leave you a good review, because it's in the right place for them to do so. So, sorry, I got off on a bit of a tangent then, but that's something I definitely recommend all of you guys implementing straight away. So we're going to go past these ones just because we've done these yesterday. We might as well give Amy some extra content while we're here. We're going to go for Jill's review here. So this is a very basic way, as I mentioned before, just to start getting some content out. So we're going to go on to Canva, and we're actually going to find the same one we used yesterday just to keep the consistency with their brand. And that was this template we've got here. So once you click onto it, it's such an easy software to use. On the left-hand side, you've got all of the templates. You've got photos, which you can upload your own photos onto here, or you can use some of the presets that they have included. You've also got elements. This is really great. So one thing that I always do is promote some of my YouTube videos. And if you type in YouTube, for example, you'll get all of the YouTube logos literally embedded into here. So you haven't got to go out of your way and find these stuff. So sorry, just the phone's beating up. Cool. So yeah, honestly, it's hard. Like I said before, it's hard as a graphic designer to use softwares like this, but having all of this included has saved me so much time, because I'm not getting to a point where I need a YouTube logo and then having to go to Google and download a YouTube logo, then go back into my software and upload it. And then, it's just so much easier having everything in one place. So you've also got text here. So they have great text on here and even great formats. So if I click that, it's just going to drop that straight into the middle, and you can just it's going to drop that into the middle. And if you like that text, then I can just change that straight away. So just put my name, for example. I'm just going to delete that. But yeah, there's so much on here for you guys to be using. And there's so much to be inspired by as well, because there's so much already going on. And you can also do videos on here now. And they've only recently implemented this. So definitely, I know all of you guys know that videos sell a lot more than graphics, just because people engage with videos a whole lot more than they do with like a flat image. But yeah, definitely start with these testimonial videos. So if you go into uploads as well, you can upload your own images, as mentioned before. So what we're going to do with this one is we're firstly just going to come back onto the reviews. It's not the right one. Come onto the reviews, and we're going to take Jill's post here, and we're going to make this into some content for Amy. So what we're going to do is we're firstly going to copy all of this text. We're going to go back to our Canva tool. We're going to highlight everything. You can use Control A to highlight everything and just hit delete. And then we're going to use Control V to post everything in. You can then use Control A again to select everything, and then you can start playing around with the text. You can see that's a bit too big for me. So let's just drag this down, and I need to make this a bit bigger now. So 42. Let's go one step further, 48. Yeah, that looks good. I'm just going to drag this to the top, and then we're going to use this subtitle part to put the reviewer's name in. And if I remember correctly yesterday, it doesn't let me copy from here. So it's Jill, I don't know how to pronounce that, Doherty. It's Jill Doherty. Jill Doherty. I don't know. So I'm going to get one of you to talk me through that name. So yeah, this looks very clean straight away. And then obviously we want to come and add their image. So at this point, I know we were speaking about like .png files, etc. yesterday. I would definitely recommend having a clear image of this instead of where it's the white background, just because we're pretty much limited at this moment in time without having to do some serious editing to using like a clear background, right? So with this one, I don't think it personally will look that great if I'm going to leave this like this, just because it's not going to really fit in with the whole background. So I'm firstly going to make this line black, and then I'm going to just delete this. Oh, and then I'm going to come into the background and I'm going to make it white. So now what I'll need to do is come into the text and make this black. Or we'll probably even make it grey, just because it's going to go in with their whole branding a little bit better, because it's then going to match this. So yeah, let's make it grey. Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. Making the background grey. There you go. And you can see that I need to add a little space there. So skip hire, we're going to take that out because it doesn't really make any sense. So excellent service, recently hired a skip from 24/7. We can just take that and add a capital and just separate that. That looks a little bit better. Cool. And then you can see that this is just dragged up a little bit. So we want to add that there. And we're going to make this gray as well, just so everything is on brand and it looks the same. So I know this looks pretty basic. Let's just drag that down a little bit. This spacing looks a little bit off. And you can see the little lines that it adds. So it shows everything's spaced out correctly. Let's just drag this down a little bit. Cool. And that's how basic you can literally put this stuff together. It's not like an excellent piece of graphic. I'm not going to say that this is an amazing part, but this is easily something that everyone on this call can do. If you can work out how to get on this Zoom call, you can almost guarantee how to come onto here, drag and drop a couple of things and have some pretty decent content for you to distribute to your social media straight away. So I'm just going to download this straight away now. And we're going to just go straight on and make the second one straight away. So let's go like this, copy this straight away, come back on. We've already downloaded this now, so we can change all of this, highlight everything, Control V, Control A. We're going to make it a little bit smaller again. Yeah, we don't want it bold. I could probably do 36. Perfect. Come back over, find their name. So Sam Nicholas. Was that how it's spelled? Sam Nicholas. Yeah, perfect. And then straight away we've got another one. Now this is where I would. So I hope you don't find it annoying that I'm going to keep going off on certain things, but at this point, something that I've done before, right? People that have left me written testimonials, I've put together a graphic like this, right? And I've basically sent the person who left the testimonial, the review for me, and I've sent it to them and just said, oh, thank you so much for this testimonial. I've managed to put together this graphic. It's going to really help. And then they usually come back with like, oh, no problem. Like, you've done such an amazing job. I was more than happy to leave you a review. And then I go one step further and I say, yeah, like, thank you so much. Like, the review, you know, it looks amazing. I would love for you to do a video testimonial for me to use instead of the graphics. So then I have both. And you'd be surprised the amount of people that will literally jump straight on their phone and record that video for you. This also goes back to testimonials in a whole. If you can get video testimonials off of people, I would 110% recommend a video testimonial first, because if you've got the video testimonial, we can do this exact same process, but we can just use their video and transcribe it into something like this. So then you're always going to have that video, which, like I mentioned before, people are so much more engaged with videos regardless. But if you start with a video testimonial and then break it down into something like this, then you've then got both options. You can put the written testimonials out, and you can literally just post the video of this person speaking about your business on your timeline as well. Obviously, you'll get some clients and some customers that will definitely not want to do that. So don't expect, and I think that goes without saying, that you'll get that vibe from certain people as well, that there'll be someone that you work with and it'll be like, no, there's absolutely no chance that they're going to record a video for me, which you just got to take that on the chin basically. But I know for a fact that anyone that's already written you a testimonial, definitely reach out to them and ask them to do a video testimonial, because that's like low hanging fruit. They're basically ready to do one straight away for you. But yeah, so we've gone off a little bit of tangent again. So with this one, we just download this, and we've now got 2 pieces of graphic to work with. So creating the content, we've gone through that, maybe a bit more than a 10-minute breakdown. And now we're going to go on to the posting and scheduling part. So we've got our graphics from Canva, 2 pieces ready to go. And we're now going to head over to well, let's do Creator Studio first, just because this is completely free for anyone that does not want to spend anything for this. If you go over to Creator Studio, you are only going to be able to automate Instagram and Facebook using this option. If you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to use Hootsuite. And Hootsuite, you can actually implement a lot of different social medias, Twitter, LinkedIn, Reddit. No matter what you want to post, you can do it within here. This is solely Instagram and Facebook, because it is provided by the creators of Facebook. So how do you post a how do you post a post onto your Instagram without having to manually do it every single day? This is how you're going to do it. You're literally just going to go to the facebookcreatorstudio.com, and then you'll be presented, once you've added your accounts, you'll be presented by this page where you've got Instagram at the top and Facebook on the left hand side. So let's use my company's account for this one. Obviously, I'm not going to actually be posting it because it's going to be Amy's. But if we just click onto DAF Global, you're going to see all of the posts that you've put out on this Instagram account before. And we're just going to hit create a post on the Instagram feed. So now we're going to be presented with this sort of posting scheduling system, and it's very, very basic. But what we'll do is we'll just do it for everyone watching at home, and we'll just go through how I basically do it. So you want to add content, and you want to go ahead and find that content from before. So we're just going to use the Sam Nicholas one, and you can see straight away it goes into here, so you can see what you're going to be posting. And I'm just going to add my location as London. And then we want to start writing our caption or our copy for the Instagram post to go out. So I'd always look at what he's sort of saying. So I would highly recommend 24/7. We use them for all of our rubbish. So something he said is we use them for all of our rubbish needs. So let's just say, like, we have got all of your rubbish needs covered. And then what you can do is you can add like a little emoji in there. Let's have like this one, the shrug. So it's like, yeah, we've got all of it covered, like sarcastic. So yeah, adding it in there. And then what you can do is you can actually start to add your hashtags. And I'm just going to actually show you 2 tools that I use. So the people that are watching yesterday, these are 2 tools that I use for my clients to keep all of this automated as well, so you haven't got to go all over the place. So I'm going to do a specific class on Trello, but if I just quickly pull up one of my boards that I use with my VA is here, and we've got like some of our clients in here. So if I click onto here, I've just got some of their hashtags built up here. So I can come into here, copy and paste their hashtags straight away into their posts. So I'd recommend you can see I've got a couple of different ones for this specific client, because you of course don't want to be posting the exact same hashtags every time. So that's why I have a couple of different options, and I always change the hashtags to the specific post. So yeah, just to clarify, these are not the hashtags I would be posting onto Amy's account, but just to show you the system, build up some hashtags, keep them in a place that you can go and just quickly copy and paste them, rather than having to sit there and type out 30 hashtags every time. So we will delete these hashtags. Actually, we'll leave them in there for the sake of it. But yeah, you can add up to 30 hashtags, and it's going to show you that capability in the bottom here. So you see it says I've got 2 hashtags left. And if I just delete one, it's going to come up that I've got 3 hashtags left. So I personally would say utilize all of the 30 hashtags when you're posting on Instagram, just because, why not? You're allowed to use 30 of them, but also do play around with posting, a couple of hashtags, because I've had some posts that I've put like 2 hashtags at the bottom and they've performed a lot better. The Instagram realm, when it comes to hashtags, etc., it is a bit all over the place. It's just going to be continuous testing and continuously changing certain things to see what works best. So when you're ready to put this post out, you can just come down and you can actually go into advanced settings, by the way, as well, if there's certain things you want to change. So if you want to turn off commenting for any reason, you can do that on here. But that shouldn't matter so much. We're just going to come down and we're going to do post to Facebook as well. You can do that if you want to. I really wouldn't do it. I would just schedule the post out and then come up to here, copy this caption. You can copy this caption and you can schedule this one out. So it's going to schedule out. And then what you can do is you can just click onto Facebook, create new post, and then we're going to do the exact same thing on the DAF Global homepage for Facebook. And I won't go into that because this is very basic. You probably have seen this page before. The only main difference is when you put your captions in, make sure that you take the hashtags out because they won't have any relevance. And I would always add a call to action in this part instead of having hashtags, because they're not going to have any relevance to what you're doing. Here, you would just literally come and grab their URL and you can say, we have got all of your rubbish needs covered. Something like call to action, check us out, check out, and then put the web address, and you can get rid of the preview just so it's a lot easier to see. And then we're obviously going to attach the post from before. And then instead of pressing publish, you're going to do the same thing and just schedule it. So guys, that's how to use the Creator Studio. Very, very simple how to use it. I would definitely recommend, if you're solely using Instagram and Facebook, jump onto the Creator Studio. So the second thing I wanted to show you is Hootsuite. And I know we've only got 10 minutes left, so I'm going to quickly run through this as fast as I can. Hootsuite, you're going to go to hootsuite.com and you'll be presented by this platform. Now, this is going to have some other clients on it. So we just want to go on to Publisher, and it's going to show you it more in like a calendar view. Now, I personally prefer Hootsuite, if I'm being completely honest, just because I like this whole calendar view. And obviously, if you have separate accounts, you can see all of the different accounts and the different times that the posts are going out. If you do something like what I do and I'm managing multiple clients, then having something like this is a need. But if you've just got like your Instagram and your Facebook, then Creator Studio will be fine. So how do we post on here? We literally just press new post and you're going to be presented by the same sort of window that you had within the Facebook Creator Studio. We're going to come and we are going to select Instagram first. I will tell you why I usually pick Instagram first. No, we didn't have it. So we're going to upload the post as we did before. And let's choose something different. I would highly recommend, let's just say, we have got all of your needs covered. This obviously isn't how I would type it, but just for the example today, we'll keep it very basic. And same again, if you have all of that in here, it's going to be very easy for me to just come grab their hashtags for that specific person and add that into there. So now when you're ready to put this through, we're going to come down and hit schedule for later. You got Friday today, and let's just say 8 p.m. and we're going to hit schedule. And I, of course, do not want this going out on this client's account, so I'll have to make sure I delete it after. But what I wanted to show you first is how you can easily duplicate that rather than having to go in and create a new post again. We're just going to click on the post, hit the 3 arrows and hit duplicate. And now we're going to X out the Instagram, put in the Facebook, and then, like I said before, get rid of these hashtags, and we'll just come copy and paste their web URL in here again. And then that's basically ready to go out on Facebook, and we can just hit schedule, and you can see now when you look at 8 p.m, you can see, okay, we've got an Instagram and a Facebook post both going out at 8 p.m. So guys, hopefully that helped a lot. If you've never scheduled anything on your platforms, if you wanted to go ahead and get like 5 minutes in at the end for a little Q&A, now would be the time to do so. So if anyone's got any questions, I'm back on the video form. If anyone wants to jump off, turn their microphone on and ask any questions. Anyone?
Really, really interesting, Olley. I haven't really got any social media stuff together.
Okay.
Do things look bad when you very first start and you've only got a couple of things going? Like you said, you wouldn't jump onto anyone that's only got a few posts.
I mean,
obviously, I'm going to have a few posts when you very first start.
Sure, yeah. And I think it goes down to the fact that you've got to start somewhere, for sure. I think it's just staying consistent with it. I'm not saying you need to, I mean, even if someone's got a couple of posts out on their platforms, me personally, as like a buyer, I'm going to be a lot more inclined to purchase from someone that's got social proof. I think in this day and age, social proof can basically be a currency, if you like, because if you've got, 10 people that have got videos of you saying how good you are at your service, of course, if you as a consumer come on and see that, you're going to be a lot more trusting in that person, because they've got real life case studies and testimonials from them. In terms of will it look bad you not having a social presence, I think it totally depends on your customer audience and how they found you. Of course, if you've got them through like word of mouth, your social media presence is probably not really going to be anything they're going to be concerned about. But definitely I would recommend start getting some stuff out. Even if it's one post a week, it's going to look a lot better than if you're completely irrelevant on social media. And that's just
most of my stuff has always been word of mouth.
Okay, cool. Sorry, what was
the way things are changing? You've got to. I think you've got to get on this social media.
Definitely,
100%. Yeah.
And what's the business? Sorry.
Software development.
Software development. Okay, cool. So like you've got endless amounts of content that you could be creating, whether it's like your top 5 pieces of software that you use personally on a day-to-day, or you'll be the expert within that field, but there's so much that you can create content around software. Definitely.
Yeah, cool. Found it really interesting. Thank you.
No problem.
You wait a second.
Yeah, can I ask a quick question? Sorry, I've had to jump on and off of this, so apologies if you've already mentioned this.
That's
but
right.
Do you have to pay for Canva?
No, it's completely free. That's why I would definitely say jump on there. And yeah, like it's heartbreaking because I've paid like thousands for like Photoshop and stuff, and I find myself being on Photoshop and then jumping off and using Canva because it's just so easy.
Oh, okay. All right, lovely. Thank you.
No problem. And also it might be worth knowing that there is an app on the iPhone for Canva as well, just if you're like out and about and you get inspired to create something.
Brilliant. Okay. And so you just sign up and create an account, do you, for this?
Yeah. And I think you can actually sign in with Facebook as well. So just takes that one step off of you as well.
Brilliant. Okay, lovely. All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions, guys?
Can I ask a question, please? Go on, Jane.
Yeah, of course, Jane.
Yeah, thank you. So how much is Hootsuite if you want to use more than 2 platforms?
Hootsuite, I'll actually show you right now. Hootsuite, if we go to upgrade my plan, is £25 a month for 10 social platforms, unlimited scheduling, and 1 user. What was the platforms you'd like to use Hootsuite for? Like LinkedIn and Twitter?
Yes, sort of like LinkedIn, Twitter, and then so do people normally use LinkedIn, Twitter for Hootsuite, and then Facebook Creator for the other 2?
Yeah, I would say so. Guys, thank you so much for sticking around for the whole video. I really hope it helps you take action as of today. Start creating content for your business or your brand. If you did want to reach out to me, as mentioned at the start, my email address will be at the bottom of this video. If you wanted to download my content calendar template, that will also be linked below. Thanks guys for watching, and if you are new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe, because I always put free content on here, giving back to my audience and hopefully answering any questions that you may have. Thanks guys, hope you're well, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hey, what? No, 106.